Hello everyone, it's Gromit&ThomasFan01 here, and welcome to my cracking video. Thomas the Tank Engine has been delighting audiences for over 75 years now. First there were the Railway series books, then the TV series, and then the films such as Thomas and the Magic Railroad. But back in 2010, there was going to be another theatrical film based on Thomas the Tank Engine, but it was soon cancelled. That film would have been titled The Adventures of Thomas. Since there has been no recent update on the film, all the Thomas fans, and including myself, are all wondering, what happened to the adventures of Thomas? Well, before I delve into this topic, I feel we need to discuss a little bit of the history of this lost Thomas film. I would also like to thank Sonic the Hedgehog Gaming for suggesting me to do this video. When the film was announced back in 2010, it was set for a 2010 release date, but then got pushed back to 2011, then 2012, and lastly to 2014. Just like in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, the Adventures of Thomas film was going to use some elements of live action, but for the engines, they would use CGI animation instead of the models. The film would have been directed by Shane Acker. The story would have been set in World War II and would tell the story of a pre-teen boy who has drifted apart from his father. The boy soon finds himself on the island of Sodor, where his father visited as a child. There is a bonding experience in the film, and would also have a Steamies vs Diesels element to the story. So that's a little rundown of the story. So why was the film cancelled? Well, the reason was unknown, but a statement was given from Hit Entertainment saying that there is no definite confirmation on the project status at this time. Even though the reason why the film hasn't been released yet is still unknown, it is making fans of the Little Blue Tank Engine wondering if the movie would ever get made. There might have been problems with the crew members when working on the script. As we all know, when creating stories for films, they are really difficult. So the writers must have been struggling to make ends meet with the plot. It might have something to do with the fact that it would have focused on the father and son relationship rather than focus on the engines of Sodor. Much like Thomas and the Magic Railroad, Thomas isn't seen as much in the movie because of the live action footage. And I mean with the people, not with the models. They might have had a hard time finding the right balance for both of them. Even so, if the story was all about the boy and his father, it still would have been awesome to see Thomas and his friends in a proper big screen feature-length film, since the recent Thomas films have been restricted to 1 hour rather than an hour and a half. So if this movie was released and had an hour and a half running time, it would have been a real treat for us Thomas fans. Apparently, the film was also going to appeal to a much older audience too. Now, keep in mind, Thomas and Friends is a preschool show, so making the film for older viewers would have been a great opportunity to bring in more fans for the show who might have not seen Thomas for a while and have brought them back into the Railway series or the TV series, or bring in newer fans who have never seen Thomas before. One thing I would love to have seen in this film was seeing the Thomas characters in their Railway series basis. Apart from the trains videos, we have never seen the engines and how they looked in the Railway series. It was a missed opportunity for the animation crew, as they could have explored this by designing the characters in how they appeared in the books. The reason why I say this is because if you look at this poster of this Arriving Soon poster, you can see Thomas but in his real life E2 appearance, rather than how he looks in the TV series. It does make me wonder if this idea was going to be delved into, but whether it was or not is still a question in everyone's minds. So even though it was such a shame that the film was presumably cancelled, it's still amazing to know that the fans love the idea of this movie, and it has been interesting for me to research this information that was on the Thomas Wicker. Personally, it sounds like a great film that would have been successful for not just the Thomas fans, but for families too. But if the film does get eventually made, then I will be certainly booking my tickets for the film. I'm Gromit&ThomasFan01, and I hope you enjoyed the video.